isn't just another flashy cultivation story. It's poetic, slow-burning, and the sword here? It's not just a weapon. It's destiny, legacy, and power wrapped in cold steel. Watch as Chen Ping'an, a quiet outsider with a hidden past, begins a journey where the sword chooses the path, not the other way around. If you're into deep lore, subtle world building, and swords that mean something, this one's a must-watch. Let the journey begin. This one hits hard, real hard. Biao Ren, Blades of the Guardians, throws you into a brutal, snow-drenched world where every swing of the sword could be your last. There's no flashy sword aura here, just raw, grounded combat, and a blade that speaks louder than words. Dao Ma isn't your typical hero. He's a worn-down mercenary with a haunted past and a sword that never rests. The animation is gritty, the violence is real, and the tension never lets go. If you crave ruthless swordplay with weight and soul, this one cuts deep. When it comes to sword animation that hits like a thunderclap, Zhen Daogui stands in a league of its own. This isn't just a Donghua. It's a brutal, beautifully crafted ballet of blades and blood. Every frame is cinematic. Every duel is charged with emotion, and the animation? Absolutely jaw-dropping. Follow a lone executioner carving justice into a corrupt world, one name at a time. It's gritty, it's raw, and it doesn't hold back. Every slash carries weight. Every silence screams louder than words. If you crave edge-of-your-seat action, flawless choreography, and a story that strikes straight to the heart, Zhen Daogui is not just a must-watch, it's a must-experience. This is sword storytelling at its absolute peak. Fog Hill of Five Elements isn't just a sword-fighting series. It's a hand-painted legend in motion. The swords are fast, fierce, and laced with elemental power, but it's the world that pulls you in. A mystical land where humans, beasts, and warriors clash beneath crimson skies and shifting fog. Each battle feels like a dance of myth and steel. No wasted motion, no filler. Just raw elegance and emotion with every strike. The animation? Insane. The pacing? Tight. The storytelling? Told through movement, music, and mood. If you crave breathtaking sword duels wrapped in gorgeous art and ancient magic, Fog Hill of Five Elements is an unforgettable experience you'll want to watch and rewatch. Tales of Herding Gods is a deep dive into a world where gods once ruled, secrets run deeper than blood, and cultivation is the only way forward. From a forgotten village to the heart of ancient mysteries, our protagonist climbs through realms of power, knowledge, and rebellion. The journey is layered, full of sacred scrolls, crumbling temples, and encounters with beings that blur the line between myth and monster. And yes, when the time comes, the sword does speak. But it's the mind and spirit that truly lead the charge. If you're after a story that balances action, depth, and divine intrigue, Tales of Herding Gods will pull you into a universe like no other. We continue with 10,000 Worlds, where countless realms clash and power is everything. This story isn't just about strength. It's about mastering your destiny in a vast universe full of gods, demons, and endless trials. Our hero's journey is packed with intense cultivation, fierce battles, and moments that shape fate itself. When the sword is drawn, it becomes more than a weapon. It's a symbol of will and destiny. Each challenge pushes him closer to becoming a legend, with every move carrying weight and purpose. If you want grand world building, high-stakes action, and a story that feels as vast as the cosmos, 10,000 Worlds is an epic adventure you don't want to miss. Looking for your next cultivation obsession? Hit that subscribe button for more epic Donghua recommendations. And now, let's talk about a true classic. A mortal's journey to immortality isn't about instant power. It's about patience, persistence, and survival in a ruthless world. This long-running series builds a rich universe full of scheming sects, ancient treasures, and life-or-death battles where every move counts. Swordplay here is sharp, tactical, and grounded, just like the protagonist's climb from nobody to legend. It's a slow burn, but once it grips you, it won't let go. For fans of deep world-building and smart cultivation stories, this one's essential. If you're looking for raw vengeance wrapped in a sword, the God of War dominates, delivers it with fury. Once betrayed and left for dead, he rises again with a sword that remembers every wound, every insult, and it's ready to settle the score. The battles are relentless, filled with lightning-fast swordplay, intense clashes, and the kind of brutal satisfaction that only comes from crushing your enemies one by one. But it's not just power, it's purpose. A reborn warrior with a blade forged by pain and sharpened by rage. If you want ruthless energy, explosive sword duels, and a comeback that hits harder with every slash, this is the one that dominates from the first strike. Betrayed, reborn, and now he's back with a spirit sword that answers only to power. Spirit Sword Sovereign is your classic comeback tale, but turned up with fast-paced cultivation, rival sects, and sword energy that lights up the battlefield. Every duel is personal, every move is flashier than the last. And the main character? Cold, confident, and cutting through enemies like they're nothing. If you're into overpowered sword users, dramatic rivalries, and non-stop upgrades, this is the blade-fueled fantasy you've been waiting for. One of the most popular cultivation Donghua out there, Battle Through the Heavens, is an explosive saga filled with betrayal, power, and redemption. Set in a world where strength defines your fate, it builds a rich universe of clans, sects, secret realms, and ancient legacies, all constantly clashing. The series blends fast-paced battles, intense elemental arts, and dynamic sword and weapon combat that never lets up. Its world-building is deep, with evolving rules of cultivation and characters that grow alongside the chaos. If you're looking for a long-running, high-energy series that defines the genre and delivers on every front, Battle Through the Heavens earns its legendary status. Against the Sky Supreme is all about one thing: defiance. Reincarnated after betrayal, our hero isn't just looking for justice. He's aiming to shatter the heavens themselves. With every step, he climbs higher through ruthless cultivation, divine trials, and enemies who underestimate him at their own risk. The world is cruel, the power system is brutal, and when his sword appears, it's a promise: someone's about to fall. Revenge, ascension, and relentless energy power this journey from rock bottom to realm-shaking dominance. If you're into ruthless progression, cold-blooded payback, and god-tier battles, Against the Sky Supreme is pure fire. 3000 Roads kicks off with a twist. Our hero is reincarnated, tossed into a chaotic world of cultivation, beasts, and sky-high ambition. But don't expect him to mope around. He's sharp, a little cocky, and not afraid to crack a smirk while dodging death. The journey is packed with explosive fights, ancient legacies, and yes, when he draws his sword, even the heavens pay attention. Add in a few sarcastic comebacks, over-the-top rivals, and unexpected allies, and you've got a ride that's both epic and entertaining. If you love rebirth stories with power boosts, clever banter, and cultivation paths full of danger and flair, 3000 Roads is the road you'll want to take. In a world ravaged by demons, one boy rises, not just with talent, but with purpose. Throne of Seal follows a sacred path where knights wield holy power and swords shine with divine brilliance. Our hero isn't just cultivating strength. He's fighting for those he loves, with every battle pushing him closer to destiny. The swordplay is radiant and fierce, laced with seals, light, and righteous fury. There's brotherhood, sacrifice, trials, and triumph, all wrapped in stunning animation and emotional stakes that hit harder than steel. If you're into sword-wielding paladins, high-stakes cultivation, and a war between light and darkness, Throne of Seal brings the full heroic package. Stellar Transformation is a cosmic cultivation epic that takes you far beyond the mortal realm. From a quiet beginning to a journey across galaxies, this series delivers world-shattering battles, ancient secrets, and a power system that constantly evolves. The universe is massive, filled with sacred realms, mysterious races, and immortals locked in divine conflict. Sword energy crackles through the skies, but it's the transformation of the soul and willpower that truly drives the story. Visually stunning and packed with high-stakes action, Stellar Transformation is a must-watch for fans who crave scale, strategy, and cultivation on a celestial level.